Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the theater of the absurd. It's now beyond anyone's. You can take all the delusional, all the absurd, all the petulant and malicious claims against Trump, and what you're about to hear will make all of those. Trump worked with Russia. Trump paid Stormy. Trump is hiding Russian compromat within his tax returns. Trump has no soul. That's what the New York Times, where's his soul? Or with the New Yorker, or whatever, something today. Trump, all the contempt and the miserable, pathetic, narcissistic, just vitriol against Trump. You can just place that all aside, and now we have a new level of absolute hilarity and madness. Ohio lawmaker says she'll press crimes against humanity charges. Ohio lawmaker says she'll press crimes against humanity charge against Trump over hydroxychloroquine promotion. Not George W. Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, or Hillary Clinton, for voting to send Americans off to never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts that are still going on today, that have not only destabilized countries and caused hundreds of thousands of traumatic brain injuries in the United States of America, loss of limbs, loss of lives. American soldiers have, and their families have sacrificed so much, and they still do. Because of lives have been ruined forever because of Dick Cheney, Rumsfeld, Donald Rumsfeld, George W. Bush, Democrats like Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, who voted for all of, basically sanctioned and supported and voted alongside Bush and his foreign policy. So not those people. Not those people. No, it's President Trump because of hydroxychloroquine. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats want to send Trump to The Hague. They want to send Trump to The Hague because he's trying to. He said that, look, there are studies have been done. There have been people, at least anecdotal evidence, but no, actually, wait, there's a study done right here. Where is this? New York Times study just the other day. Malaria drug helps virus patients improve in small study. So not President Obama for a failed NATO intervention. So she would never send President Obama to The Hague for actually destroying and obliterating the country with a failed NATO intervention in Libya. People are being bought and sold now. That country has not seen a day of normality. It's been chaos and mayhem ever since the failed NATO intervention, sanctioned by all the wonderful, smart, power, liberal Democrats. So not that. No crime against humanity there for President Obama's foreign policy, which continued Bush's failed foreign policy, predicated upon intelligence failures. So I guess nobody from the intelligence community that said that there would be a WMD, all that. Nobody there is being sent to The Hague by Democrats. Then you have President Obama, who drank Flint water. Well, we don't want to send him for doing that. How many people thought Flint water was okay because President Obama drank it? Then they say, well, President Trump was slow to act. No, he was well over a month ahead of Andrew Cuomo in declaring a public health emergency. Cuomo waited until March 7th. But anyway, and check out my segment earlier today. Andrew Cuomo was suing the federal government, but over the travel restrictions. But here, malaria drug helps virus patients improve in small study. Something tells me the Democratic representative who wants to send Trump to The Hague Never read this article like the other day. A group of moderately ill people were given hydrochloroquine, which appeared to ease their symptoms quickly. But more research is needed. Impeach Haig, war criminal. Oh my God. This is by Denise Grady, April 1st, 2020. The malaria drug hydrochloroquine helped to speed the recovery of a small number of patients who were mildly ill from the... doctors in China reported this week. After all of them were sent to The Hague for war crimes. Not. I added that part. Cough, fever, and pneumonia went away faster, and the disease seemed less likely to turn severe in people who received hydrochloroquine than in a comparison group not given the drug. The author of the report said the medication was promising. This is what they want to send Trump to The Hague for war crimes because of hydrochloroquine. They've lost it. November is going to be when Clinton loses again, because it's going to be Hillary Clinton. Okay, Hillary Clinton's going to be nominee. They're not going with Biden. Biden is just as realistic as Michael Bloomberg. But when Clinton loses again, you're going to see a reaction from Democrats. Who knows? Lord knows what they're capable of. The study was small and limited to patients who were mildly and moderately ill, but the findings strongly support earlier studies suggesting a role for the drug. He's supposed to go to The Hague for this? He's a war criminal for this, Trump is? Previous reports from China and France that the drug seemed to help patients, along with enthusiastic comments by President Trump, have created a buzz around hydrochloroquine and the closely related chloroquine, which are decades-old drugs to treat malaria and autoimmune. Okay, so many hospitals have simply been giving hydrochloroquine to patients, reasoning that it might help and probably will not hurt because it's relatively safe. Relatively safe. Send them to The Hague. Send them to The Hague. So this maniacal frenzy has nothing to do with Biden. This is the Democratic Party works in the following manner. How can you prove your loyalty? How absurd can you get? How frustrated and angry? How much of a megalomaniacal, disgruntled, miserable person can you be? Okay, we haven't even reached. This is like normal now. So, Ohio lawmakers shall press crimes against humanity charges against Trump. So not against President Obama for drinking Flint water, not against President Obama, Hillary Clinton, or Biden for just obliterating a country in Libya in a failed NATO intervention where now people are being bought and sold. Not against Donald Rumsfeld and Cheney and George W. Bush for beginning an era of never-ending perpetual military conflict that destabilizes countries and ruins the lives of untold millions around the world and in the United States of America. Not the intelligence failures, the people responsible for intelligence failures. No. Don't send them to The Hague. Let's see. Who else? What else? We can go on forever. They've completely lost it. Democrats have completely lost it, which is going to be even more amusing when Hillary Clinton loses again to President Trump. By the way, she could actually win if you don't tell everyone you know to vote for President Trump. President Trump not only handled this crisis better than Democrats, over 4 million Democrats voted on March 17th in long lines in Florida, in Illinois, and in Arizona. How many people got sick? You think those people should sue the Democratic Party for allowing the primaries to continue? The tweet was, this is from the Democratic lawmaker, "I can't stand it anymore. I've been to The Hague. I'm making a referral for crimes against humanity tomorrow." Okay. Make sure to add on Hillary when you do. Today's press conference, which, by the way, should the Americans who lost their lives in a consulate under a Clinton's watch, should they also send Clinton off? For the families? Should Clinton be, no, Democrats say no. Today's press conference was the last straw. I know the need for a prosecution referral when I see one. Good, do it. What are you waiting for? I think that the Democrats should go and for hydroxychloroquine, an invitation to the Hague for crimes against humanity for pushing a drug that hasn't been tested. Yeah, there's been studies. So today's press conference, this is not a joke. So how hard can it be? The Democratic Congresswoman said, a former Trump has repeatedly promoted. Okay, so this is not a joke. It's serious. And so this is here. Dem lawmaker wants, The Hill and Newsweek. Trump should be tried for crimes against humanity. Newsweek says Ohio representative. State representative. Oh, it's a state representative. I can't take it anymore. Democrat threatens Trump with Hague referral over hydroxychloroquine. Ohio Democrat. Trump committed a crime against humanity. Wow. So this is not a joke. Or let's put it this way. When the realization that this is all so absurd finally takes hold, then maybe it'll be like spun into, that was just a, hyperbole. But as of right now, Democrats want to just send Trump to The Hague for a treatment that is already being used by hospitals. A treatment, ladies and gentlemen. A treatment that's already being used by hospitals. And the CDC has also talked about it as being a treatment utilized in China and France. Now, if you want to know what Andrew Cuomo is doing, New York will sue the federal government over DHS's decision to ban New Yorkers from the Trusted Traveler program. That was February 7th. A month later, a month after Cuomo sued the federal government because he wanted New Yorkers to be able to travel with greater ease during this crisis, he then declared a public health emergency. In March 7th, Trump did it late January. So tell me again how President Trump is responsible for the people of New York. New York's run by Democrats. It leads the country in cases by well over 100,000. Go look at the New York Times. They gleefully put all the statistics every single day in an effort to try to blame Trump. Why is it that New York leads the country in cases? By far. Why is it that Texas isn't even in the top 10, but 8 of the top 10 are states which lead the nation in total cases are run by Democratic governors? And Texas has far less cases, well over 100,000 less than New York, and it has 10 million more people than New York. Texas has 100,000 less cases than New York, and it has 10 million more people. So you just look at, and there are 9 states that haven't even shut down, and they're not crumbling. And they're smart. They're going to come out of this with their economies intact. New York, California, all the state, Illinois, this Governor Pritzker, he allowed 1,566,000 people, over 1,566,000 people to vote in their primary, risking their lives apparently. I don't think they were wearing masks or practicing social distancing. They were touching doorknobs and touching ballots and breathing the same air. But it was they put politics over people's health. That's the Democratic Party for you. We have not even reached peak insanity yet, people. It's only going to get more bizarre. You have entered the Twilight Zone. And hopefully, if you watch this channel, it'll prepare you for the complete mind you-know-what that the country is about to experience. Clinton is going to be the nominee. I don't know how it happens. I frankly don't care. It'll probably happen in a way where people say, well, you couldn't have predicted this, H.A. Goodman. It's like, no, not only did NPR quote me in 2015, and I was right and 538 was wrong, they quoted me and Nate Silver in the same paragraph. He said that 538 said that Trump wouldn't be GOP nominee. I said that Clinton would lose swing states and is unelectable. I was right. In 2015, NPR quoted me. The article's below in the pinned comment. So to my new Patreons, thank you. I mean, in this time of crisis, if you're spending money to support my voice, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you want to support my voice, my Patreon is below. To my 16-minute crowd, it's only going to get more bizarre. This is like a nice Twilight Zone movie where we're going to enter a new realm of absurdity very soon, or actually before November at least. So give me your thoughts below. Hillary Clinton's going to be the nominee. I will have made the biggest political prediction and call an analysis and evaluation, most accurate, I should say, of all time. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so very, very much. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. Thank you.